All right, I'm gonna make it a segment because I've seen this. I've talked about it. I've seen it, like all the discourse. 100 British people versus 100 Americans. Who wins? Of course, it was an Englishman that suggested this. Our Irish brothers and sisters know better.
100 British people versus 100 Americans. One big room, no weapons. Who's winning?
I'm genuinely not even trying to be patriotic, but I truly believe that against 100 British people, 30 Americans could get the job done and take the W.
Not even that. Just send them 15 Waffle House employees from Florida and we Gucci. Like, we can give 20 crackheads, from Miami or Chicago or any, fentanyl person from rural America. Just say, hey, here's $20 and a box of fried chicken. Go kick their ass.
And to illustrate this, I'm going to draft a very diverse, broad-ranging fantasy team of 30. Here we go. 2 people from Appalachia born and raised among the mountain folk. 2 Floridians with a criminal record. 2 blue-collar workers from Boston.
Sounds
1
right.
drunk Eagles fan born and raised in Philly. 1 100%. Waffle House employee, any state. 1 corn-fed Midwesterner. 1 emo Midwesterner.
That's key. That's key. You have to have the 2 halves of one whole white Midwesterner.
Right there. Then we add 1 grandma from Louisiana, 1 old...
Specifically a black grandma from Louisiana. Let's be real, because they built different.
Man from Atlanta.
Specifically an old white man from Atlanta who refused to leave once black people moved in.
2 Italian Americans from New Jersey, 1 with mob connections, 1 without.
Specifically the one without mob connections needs to be a performative asshole who likes to pretend he has mob connections and is basically a caricature from Goodfellas.
2 women from the LA area that identify as Chicana and wear gold hoops.
Oh, I remember being in LA. Those women were so goddamn fine, but out of my league. Oh, goddamn.
1 veteran who has definitely committed a war crime. 1 polyamorous person from the Pacific Northwest.
Preferably from Portland.
Who still believes everyone should be masking. 1 gay man from Rhode Island who identifies as a bear. And that 1 girl in high school who smoked weed and has a big-ass tapestry in her room.
I met women like that. Bonus point. That girl with the tapestry, bonus points if she has dreads.
That's 20 right there, which I think could get the job done, but just
More
in case
than
there
enough.
are any duds,
More than enough.
Let's add 1 citizen of Texas who refers to themselves as a patriot.
Yeah. It has a pavement princess sitting in outside their suburban home.
1 no-nonsense softball playing lesbian. 1 no-nonsense basketball playing bisexual. 1 middle-aged dad in the suburbs who directs people pulling out of parking spots.
That man's just the medic.
1 cowboy, 1 cowgirl, 1 farmer, 1...
Specifically, cowboy, cowgirl, we want a ranch hand guy, we want a horse trainer girl.
1 person from Baltimore, 1 person from Chicago, 1 New York City cab driver. That's 30 right there. They're taking it.
No, that's about right. Because here's the thing. And here's the thing that, these British folks just do not comprehend, is that unless you're a rich dipshit, everybody in America is suffering. And when you're suffering, there is a level of resilience that is begotten simply by being in the struggle. The struggle is consistent in being a pain in the ass regardless of where you live. It just takes different forms. There's a reason why whenever you pickpocket an American and they catch you in Europe, normally what happens is that Europeans will just shame the pickpocket or whatever. Americans will beat your ass. And this was a problem during the Olympics. Pickpockets had to stop pickpocketing for visibly American people because they kept getting assaulted repeatedly by Americans. Because when you are struggling and you are poor and you don't have health care and you are and things are difficult, yes, you can afford to go to Europe. This is the only time you're ever going to be able to go. And it's people think, oh, you're traveling, this is normal. In Europe, people travel all the time. In America, you're lucky if you get to travel to another state, let alone another country. It's usually a once in a lifetime thing. And therefore, like, when you steal from us, the effort, time, and like each individual dollar is worth so much more to us because most Americans are living in poverty. We're broke. We're scrappy. We're starving. So, and that breeds a level of resiliency that growing up in a country with a national health service where you can walk in with bad teeth or a broken leg, get that shit fixed, and not have to pay any money, it's different. Like, genuinely, it's like it makes you soft. Like, and granted, there is certain types of being soft in America, more so based off of climate. Like, people who grow up in like like the closer you are to like the Mason-Dixon, like not the Mason-Dixon line, like when you're in like the deep South and it's hot all the time to the point you want to die in the summers, or you're up in the north in like New York and Maine and Montana and all that, and it's so cold in the wintertime you want to kill yourself. Like, that makes you more resilient than somebody, say, living in Southern California. But the level of bullshit that men and women have to deal with in Southern California is on a completely different level. The struggle takes, like I said, many forms, and all of us are struggling equally in different, often unseen ways. That is just pure economics before we start bringing in, the racism, the homophobia, like all that shit. So when you have an entire continent of people that are scrapping and struggling and desperate to not even get ahead, just to keep their head afloat, and you want to fight us, I'm not saying that 30 people could beat 100 Americans. That was a great roster, don't get me wrong. But I do think that in a pure 1v1, 100 versus 100, the amount of Americans that are, like, the only Americans that are getting their asses beat are the ones that are getting 3v1. Like, that's the thing. Like, at the end of the day, Americans, like, Americans make better food. Americans, there's a reason why American culture is at the forefront of the world. It is simply and utterly for the fact that the best food, the best culture, the best music, the best, everything is comes from poverty. And the fact that our economic system keeps most Americans broke, poor, starving, and desperate means that we are the best at what the human race has to offer. And by God, I wish it wasn't this way, because I would love to have healthcare. My fucking teeth hurt.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you want to talk to me outside of this video, outside of live streams, or just join the community and be a part of it, you can do so at HIMediaTV/Discord. Discord links there. We'd love to have you. And given the financial situation of the economy right now, I know this is a tall ask, but if you have the scratch to spare, please consider donating and becoming a supporter at HIMedia.gg/tip. All of our perks are serviced through our Discord channel, including early access videos, exclusive videos, and more. Your generosity is a blessing, and $1 a month is a boon to my mental health. Thank you so very much for watching. I appreciate you, and have a great day.